I decided to write this book because I wanted to help young black males achieve at high level. I wanted to help young black males be successful. I specifically targeted this to young black males because I honestly feel that black America is in a state of emergency. And unless black people do something about what's happening in black America, we are in jeopardy. Single parenthood, unemployment, and incarceration is rampant among African Americans. I have some statistics in the book. Right now in America, roughly 40% of the children born are born out of wedlock. In the African American community, and I cite my source in the book, it's roughly 72%. And you're the next generation. You know, my generation is already screwed up. The generation before me already made mistakes. It is you who's going to have to take a leadership role and change some of the things that are persisting. In high school, there will be girls that you go to school with who have children. And what that does, that puts them in a very difficult situation. And you need to be, you know, not your parent, but, you know, giving parental advice. You need to make intelligent decisions. I was inspired to write this book when I met President Barack Obama for the second time. I happened to take my 4-year-old son with me. I arranged to go to a private reception with the president. There were only about 20 people in the room. And my son had a phenomenal personal moment with President Obama. A moment that made me cry afterwards. A light flashed before my eyes. I remember being robbed at gunpoint at 12 years old. I remember the death of a fellow classmate, watching him lay on the ground bleeding because he'd been shot. I had to do something to try to help young black males head in a positive direction. So this book is significantly about myself and my brother. I got a call one day. I screen my calls because I get calls from commercial salespeople trying to sell me products and services I don't necessarily want. But this call was from a lawyer in New York City telling me that my brother was in jail, saying he had violated his probation and that she had worked out a scenario whereby if I paid $8,400, my brother could get out of jail. And that would satisfy the terms of his probation. And I thought about it. I wasn't going to pay it. I was like, $8,400? You know what? I'd rather take my wife on a nice vacation. I'd rather invest that money and let it grow to help pay for my son's college education. But I thought about it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to save my brother. I paid the $8,400, got my brother out of jail. So my brother's a free man today. And I thought about it. There's no reason for my brother to be out committing crimes. What he was on probation for is he had been pulled over in Texas for transporting marijuana from Texas to North Carolina. He never made it to his intended drop-off point because he was speeding in Texas. You know, he blamed it on driving while black. He said, man, they pulled me over because I'm black. It doesn't matter. You know, you did something that you weren't supposed to do, so you need to take accountability for your actions, so you need to be accountable for everything you do. Treating yourself well, getting your education, and treating women well. And so this book tells the story of my life, it tells the story of my brother's life, and it tells the story of how I made a transition from doing things that I shouldn't have been doing to, from being a horrible student to being a straight A student, from going from a point where I had a high school guidance counselor tell me I shouldn't bother going to college. He told me I was good with my hands. He said, you know what, Greg, you need to go to vocational school. I'm going to read a brief excerpt from this book about black women. And it's chapter 26 in the book. It's very important that you treat women with respect. The janitor's sons. Chapter 26, black women are beautiful and strong, yet they too often must raise children by themselves. They are also too often disrespected by black men. This was changed as all blacks are part of the extended black family. We have a kinship. If we treat our family horribly, how are we to treat our friends? If black Americans treat other blacks badly, why should we expect others to treat us well? If relationships shatter so easily, how can long-term relationships survive? And if loving relationships are never cultivated, then what? Are we just going to have more baby mamas everywhere? So, treat women with respect. And, behind every good man, there is a good woman. Guys I know who are players, hustlers, they have miserable lives. All the videos you see, music videos, guys with all these women, listen, that's not going to get you to be a CEO of a major corporation. That's not going to help you become president of the United States. It's just not going to happen. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the